¿Alguien quiere leer? Rosalina.
What are reflexive pronouns? Pronouns that indicated that the subject of the sentence does something to himself or herself are called reflexive. In English, reflexive pronouns end in self, selves, myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves.
Ya saben, you already know that, ¿sí?
Sí.
Muy bien. ¿Alguien más quiere leer? Regina.
Reflexive pronouns in Spanish. The infinitive of a reflexive verb always contains say equals bañarse. Bañarse.
Sí.
In Spanish, reflexive pronouns can also be used when the subject and adjective of a verb are the same. Below are the subject and reflexive pronouns. Yo equals me. Ella, me equals ella. Ella equals se. Usted equals se. Nosotros equals nos. Tú equals te. Ellos, ellas equals se. Ustedes equals se. Nosotras equals nos.
Muy bien, Regina. ¿Fácil? ¿Comprenden?
Sí.
See, so it looks weird, right? The bañarse. But that's the what? That's the infinitive, right? So the infinitive of a reflexive verb always contains, look, same thing, AR on the end, right?
Sí.
But there's a se.
Sí.
See? Meaning that the action happens to
Oneself.
oneself. Muy bien. Sí, sí, sí. Próxima página. ¿Quién quiere leer? Rosa.
When do you use reflexive pronouns? Spanish has reflexive pronouns and often uses them in phrases where English does not. They show who is receiving the action. For example,
Sí.
me levanto a las 6. Ella se lava las manos. Te cambias la ropa. I get myself up at 6. She washes her hands and you change your clothes.
¿Fácil?
Sí.
Muy bien, muy bien. So you guys wouldn't say I get myself up at 6 unless you were literally, your mom and dad weren't helping you, an alarm clock wasn't helping you. Maybe you did it all by yourself. You got yourself up at 6. Right? That's probably when it would make sense to you to say I get myself up at 6. Otherwise you just say what in English?
I woke up at 6.
Yeah, I got up at 6, right?
Sí.
Sí, muy bien. So it's just a little different. In Spanish, you need that reflexive pronoun. In English, you don't always have to have it. But does it make sense to say it in English?
Sí.
Still does, right? Muy bien. Próxima. Dora, tú lees.
When do you not use a reflexive pronoun? Verbs can be used with reflexive pronouns to refer to the subject or with direct objects that are different from the subject. A reflexive pronoun is not used. Maria se baña. Maria baña a sus niños. Yo me
Peino,
peño.
means to comb.
Yo peño a mi hermana.
Like you comb your sister's
my
hair.
sister.
Sounds funny, doesn't it? You comb your sister's hair is what you're talking about. So do you guys get the difference between these? It's kind of confusing. It says verbs can be used with reflexive pronouns to refer to the subject or with direct objects that are different from the subject, right?
Sí.
So here you have Maria se baña, which means what? She
Bathes her sister.
She bathed herself, and then here we have Maria baña a sus niños. So she's bathing her kids. Muy bien. Excelente. So here, this means to comb, like your hair, which it sounds funny because you usually don't say that in English even, right? I comb myself, right? But that's what that means. And then here, look, there's no reflexive pronoun because it's I'm combing like my sister. That sounds even weirder, right? But it's I comb my sister, talking about hair. Right? Not like combing your sister. Right? Okay? ¿Sí? ¿Comprenden la diferencia?
Sí.
So you can say both, but when the action is happening to oneself, it's reflexive, right? Like the dude in the quack video yesterday, he was looking in the mirror. Do you remember what he was doing when he was looking in the mirror?
Oh.
En el baño.
Dice reflexive verbs.
Yes. So he was saying a verb, right? See the mirror, and then the creepy mirror was making it reflect back. As a reflexive verb, right? Do you remember some of them that he made reflexive? Think about it. Raise your hand if you think of one. Like me, an awesome Google Doc. Bravo. See? So he said lavar, muy bien. Lavarse, muy bien. So lavar means to wash, lavarse means to wash oneself, right? See, get the difference? Because you could wash your car, couldn't you? And the action wouldn't really be happening to oneself if you're washing your car. The action's happening to the car. Whereas if you're washing your hands, that's happening to your hands, and that's you, right? That's yourself. See? Okay, muy bien.
As muy
Windio afuera.
Muy qué?
¿Cómo se dice wind en español?
Viento.
Viendo.
Hace viento?
Sí, hace
Hace
viento. No es windio.
No, no.
Dora.
Nope. Okay, sort into categories. We have a bunch of words here. You guys are going to do this. See? Look at all these words. Where would they go? We have subject, subject pronoun, and reflexive pronoun. See? Toss. Who haces una toss? Tell us what you're doing. You're going to put what where?
Yo toca tu hermana.
Okay, tu hermana. Okay, so almost. Subject pronoun. So think about, muy bien, paciéntate. So think about these back here. Remember these? Remember our subject pronoun song? Okay, so we know these are subject pronouns. Good, muy bien. And now we know what reflexive pronouns are, right?
Sí.
Okay, and then we know subject. We talked about a subject. I wash my car. What are you washing? The car, right? So that's really the direct object. But still, that's an example of a subject, right? It's usually a noun. See? Okay, so let's change this up just a little bit. Rosa, what are you going to put where?
Tu hermana and subject.
Subject, see? Muy bien. Excelente. ¿Qué más? Mora?
Yo and subject pronoun.
Okay, no subject pronoun. Muy bien. Sí, Rosalinda.
Ella and subject pronoun.
Ella, subject pronoun. Muy bien. ¿Qué más? Coco.
To and reflexive pronoun.
Two reflexive pronouns. So before you do it,
Subject pronoun.
subject pronoun. You got it. Excelente. Coco, Irmina.
Ella subject pronoun.
El.
Ellos.
Oh, ellos. Ellos, subject pronoun. Muy bien. ¿Qué más? Violeta.
Hey, reflexive pronoun.
Hey, reflexive pronoun. Bravo. Muy bien. Regina.
Mis padres, subject.
Mis padres, subject. Muy bien. Sí, Horacio. José y yo, subject. Muy bien. Gonzalo.
Un momento.
Okay.
Nos and reflexive pronoun.
Nos, reflexive pronoun. Muy bien. Mura.
L and subject pronoun.
El, subject pronoun. Muy bien. Sí, paz.
They and reflexive pronoun.
Me, reflexive pronoun. Muy bien. Sí. Sí, Pablo.
Me and reflexive pronoun.
Got that one. Pasta stole it from you. Sí. What else?
Roberto and subject.
Roberto, subject. Muy bien. Sí, Irmina.
Say and reflexive pronoun.
Say, reflexive pronoun. Muy bien, Alejandra.
Señora Gonzala and subject.
En subject, excelente. Sí. Muy bien. Los estudiantes, Dora.
Subject.
Subject, muy bien. Sí.
Or say L.
L
instead
and
of
subject.
subject.
Un error.
Oh, lo siento.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay, ¿qué faltamos? What are we missing? Reflexive pronouns. Tenemos te, nos, me, se. ¿Qué falta? ¿Sí, Regina?
Os.
Os. Muy bien, escribe. ¿Qué más falta? Te, nos, me, se. ¿Todo?
Sí.
Es todo. Muy bien. Okay, miren los subject pronouns. Todo está yo, ella, tú, ellos, él. Rosa, ¿qué falta?
Usted.
Usted.
reflexive pronouns. Can be used if the subject and object of the verbs are the same. They show that the same subject acts upon itself. Where do they go? Before a conjugated verb. Yo me peino, yo me voy a penar, no me quiero penar. 2. Can be attached to the end of an infinitive. Vas a bañarte, tienes que bañarte, tú no quieres bañarte.
Sí, muy bien. Did you guys see that in the quack video yesterday? It probably confused you. They were putting the reflexive pronoun at the end. Right, and the infinitive is at the end, right? But if you have, look, if you have a verb this is conjugated, right? This is you are going, right? So if you have a verb that's conjugated here, the reflexive pronoun goes at the end. Vas a bañarte. You are going to bathe who?